I flew to Qatar the other time. Everybody from the air hostess will smile with you from the beginning of the flight to the end. They treated you like a king. The moment we got in, they brought a menu and they are talking to you so politely. They are suggesting to you what you can start with and all of that. And you thought maybe it's because you are coming. It was a 7 hours flight. They were that nice and polite till the end of the flight. Anytime you call them, they come with a smile. Hello, sir. How can I help you? Sometimes you just want to call them. And you think it's just about the air hostess. The moment we entered the airport, first of all, the airport was like a mini heaven. The moment you enter the airport, everybody is smiling with you. Welcome. Welcome. In fact, I wanted to go to a lounge. The person that was attending to me told me, well, that lounge maybe is too far from my gate. The gate where I will catch the connecting flight. So he will suggest I take a train to the next lounge. And he called somebody to walk me in case I miss my way, with all the signs. And the person walking me was talking politely, suggesting to me about how the nation is, what the nation holds for. And all of that is not part of our salary. But they are trained to sustain meekness and courtesy. And I went to the lounge, sat down, somebody came to me, would you like anything to drink, sir? The next time I wanted to fly, that route was longer, but I said I will use it. Meanwhile, you are still in a kiosk. And every customer that comes, you are fighting with them. Come over there if you don't want. Now your business with that. You will go nowhere. You are a vulcanizer. You are patching tire. And from patching tire, you have 30 enemies every day. If you like, go. Another person go come. You will never impact your world. No value system. He said the meek shall inherit the earth. Listen, thank God for the power of the Holy Ghost that fell here. But they are channels. You may be very powerful, yet rot in obscurity. That's why there are many preachers raising the dead. Nobody cares if they are there. There are many businessmen who can solve every problem in the world, but nobody cares about their intelligence. Because your first encounter with them, they will already insult you. The meek shall inherit the earth. That's not all. In John 13, verse 33 to 35, Jesus was speaking about love. He said, it is through love that the world will know you are my disciple. I thought the world will know we are his disciple by raising the dead, by raising cripples. Even magicians do some of those things. He said the way the world will recognize that you are my disciples is not just by power. Power is a sign for those that believe. But those who are disciples, it will show that beyond the power they have learned the character of the Spirit. And he said the summation of the character of the Spirit is the manifestation of love. It is in love that they will know you are my disciple. I'm showing you why we come to church, receive prophecy, receive impartation, start businesses, we go nowhere. Because there are no value systems. Matthew 5:13, you are the light of the world. A city set upon a hill cannot be hid. You are the salt of the earth. He speaks about morality. You want to affect your world, your standard must be well defined. You can't be corrupt by everything that comes around. And you will lose your originality. The whole idea behind immorality is mixture, so that you lose your originality. But check the Bible. Everybody that affected their world sustained the virtue of purity. Daniel 1 verse 8, the Bible said they refused to defile themselves by the portion of the king's meat. Genesis 39 verse 9, I will not do this evil by sinning against God. My master have not withheld anything from me but you only. At the end of the day, all of them became global entities. The Bible says, come out from among them. Touch not the unclean thing. They that bear the vessels of God must be holy. He said, in a great house, there are many, many vessels. He says, some are unto honor, some are unto dishonor. What makes you an honorable vessel is not whether you are made of gold, silver, wood, or hay. He says, if a man purges himself. So a generation that is defiled cannot make impact. And this is why the devil is flashing every content of immorality to corrupt us, so that the ability to create change will go down. Peter said, abstain fleshly lust that war against your soul. So your capacity to create change is depleted when your purity is affected. Values. You want to change your world, you must advance values. Be known for values. Let it be said that if it is that man, his products are original. Because that's why many business can't thrive. I went somewhere some years ago to buy something. I've forgotten exactly now. And I asked. They cut the price and I said, no. Why is this so expensive? The person said the other shops, they sell at this price. And the price they called was 5 times lower than the one he was giving me. And I was wondering, why are you so bold to show me another shop? He said, I know what I'm selling. And everybody in this place know what I sell. If you buy what they give you, you can take it anywhere in the world. I wanted to buy gold in Dubai. They told me there are no fake goods here. If you like, bring it back after 5 years. We will give you your money back and it will appreciate. And take it anywhere. If they check it, they will know that this is real. Because of originality, because of purity, it has value anywhere in the world. Anywhere. And so when a man is defied, he loses the capacity to affect his world. I'm telling you, see, it's good to have a message, but make sure your message is pure. Make sure your lifestyle is pure. Value is what substantiates your gift and your message. You want to be a world changer, you will fight this battle with all your life. Because this is warfare. I'm telling you, this is warfare. Many started where they became defied along the way. He started doing the business. Suddenly he appeared slow. He added corruption. And he became fast for a season. After a while, everything shuts down. He started ministry. He looked slow. He decided to start faking things. After a while, it shuts down. The devil is smart. Don't make the mistake of thinking he's foolish. If he sees that the weight of what you carry will affect your world, he will suggest fast pace for you. But that fast pace will come with corruption. When Jesus was announced, this is my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased, the devil knows this one will shake the world. You know what he said? He didn't argue with him. You can go ahead and affect the world, but turn these stones to bread. He wanted to add error to him. I don't want to stop you from doing what you want to do, but I will add error. You are a pastor, sleep around. We will keep it a secret. When you come up, you can still preach powerful message. You are a businessman, buy fake things, mix it with good ones. You will still sell. A time will come when you will go to a level where you cannot succeed that way. Because what you do will be probed. Thank you, sir. Value system. Listen, don't allow anything defy you. Because you may succeed at some level. But there are certain levels where the standards must be vetted. And at that level, you can't cross. It's not at every level that poor values survive. That is why you must fight to build it now. If your vision is to affect the world. Number 4, sharpen and market your giftings. The Bible said in Proverbs 18:16, it says, a man's gift maketh room for him and causes him to stand among kings. Every one of us here have a gift. The problem is that some people's giftings are in crude state. That is why they can't go far. And trust me, to sharpen your gift, it must go through pressure. I studied chemistry. When crude oil is gotten, it is almost useless. But the moment it is refined, more than 90 products can come out of it. And each of those products sold individually is more expensive than the crude. There is a temperature where petrol comes out. There's a temperature where diesel comes out. There's a temperature where bitumen comes out. There is a temperature where liquefied natural gas comes out. But all of those things are at very serious temperatures. Some come out at 130 degrees Celsius. That is pressure. The reason many people's gifts are crude is because they can't go through the pressure. So you have a gift of marketing, but you need to serve under somebody for 4 years. And in those 4 years, the person will give you hell. Meanwhile, you need to be there to learn the marketing so that you sharpen what you carry. But they will not undergo that process. They back out. And that gift remains unrefined. And their lives is an average life for the rest of their life. Like Ephraim, that the Bible said is half-baked. When it becomes hot, they pull out. And that is why they will have no value. Somebody said he is called into ministry and he cannot go through the rigor of prayer and fasting. When they are fasting, they say, come, oh, my brother, this thing, heaven helps those who help themselves. And he keeps eating until the people he taught in foundation school become global apostles, and he starts attending their church. And even in that church, he can't graduate from foundation school. And then you are wondering what went wrong. He can't survive pressure. Every gift that is sharpened under pressure. And so anybody who is a world changer must embrace pressure for a season, because that is the only way to sharpen the giftings that God gave him. And then when your gift is now sharp, you must master the art of marketing it. If you don't know how to present what you have, you are in trouble. Joseph was in prison. When the butler was released, he told him, please talk to the king about me. Although the butler forgot him for 2 years, but a day came, he remembered. If Joseph didn't tell him, remember me, he wouldn't have remembered. He wouldn't even have thought that there was a need, that he needed such thing. But the man was wise. It took 2 years, but the marketing worked. And the butler said, oh, I have sinned. There was a man 2 years ago when you threw us into prison. He narrated our dream. He explained our dream, and everything came as you said. And the king said, bring him. All of a sudden, the man came out as a prisoner and became a prime minister the same day, because he sharpened his gift and he mastered how to market it. Some of you have giftings, you have not sharpened it. Some of you have sharpened your gift, but you don't know how to market it. When you should speak, you are quiet. When you should stand, you are sitting. That is why you are where you are. See, these things are moments. So sometimes somebody is passing, the Holy Ghost say, greet him. He has taught you meekness for 15 years. This greeting will communicate something that person has never heard. But you kept quiet, the person passed. That is your future going. I'm telling you. You come to a place, they are looking for somebody who will just coordinate a service for 5 minutes or an event for 10 minutes. They say, sorry, we don't have money. You say, get out. I won't do it. You are not discerning. That 5 minutes can translate to the next 50 years of service. But many don't know how to market their gifts. And that's why they are where they are. I'm not saying merchandise your gift. I'm saying market your gift. Market your gift means give it the needed visibility so that you can come into relevance in order to impact your generation. It's different from merchandising your gift. Merchandising your gift is to put money on sacred things. That is not the way of God. But giving visibility to what you have is important. 5 or 6 years ago, the Holy Ghost told me, put your messages online. I didn't know what he was saying. On my birthday, 2 people called me, sir, these messages, somebody put one of your clip on one Eastern platform and the thing has gone viral. Another minister saw me and said, Kai, this thing you are preaching, people need to hear it. I now reluctantly told one of my boys, okay, put it online. The guy put it on Telegram. I think in 7 days, I've forgotten, I had invitation from 17 nations. My life changed in 1 week just because the message was put in the right place. There are people who preach better, but they don't have wisdom on how to give visibility to what they have. And so the Holy Ghost will give you wisdom so that visibility can be given. Even Jesus, the Bible said, he returned in the power of the Spirit. But that's not enough. He said his fame went abroad. If his fame does not go abroad, the power of the Spirit will be useless. So you must have the spiritual intelligence, taking advantage of moments of the Spirit to know when to project what God has given to you. It takes a lot of wisdom. Joseph did it. The Holy Ghost did it for Jesus Christ. And you must take advantage of all the leading of the Holy Ghost to know how to project what you have so that you can be a blessing to your generation. You want to be a world changer? There are protocols. There are rudiments. And these things are concerted. Follow it and see how your life will change for the better. You will be so amazed what God will do with you. So amazed. You know what some of these big companies do? They wait for those who have raw gifts and raw talent. When they produce something, they buy it at a cheap rate and they market it because they have platform. And the value of that thing multiplies by many quotients. And you see somebody who designed something, they bought it for $1 billion. After 3 months, the value of that thing is now $50 billion. That's one of the intelligence of impact and influence. Knowing how to project what God has given to you. Please hear me. Don't allow this African syndrome or witchcraft that is practiced in Africa, where they try to keep people's confidence by telling them it's ambition, ruin what you have. There are certain things that you don't do at certain times. You will never do them again. You'll see people who started preaching at 17, traveling from campus to campus at 20. They are telling other people who are 25 that they are in a hurry. Is that a true message? Is that not? See, when people advise you, go and check their history. A man who is a millionaire at 15, at 20, is telling you that you are ambitious at 30. You don't know. That is not an advice. That's witchcraft. So when people advise you, go back to when they were your age. Find out what they are doing. I've seen many people who were doing what I'm doing now when they were 10 years younger than me. Yet they are telling me I'm ambitious. I know that advice is not from heaven. It's witchcraft, and it is a syndrome in Africa. You want to make impact, follow the Holy Ghost. Discern your moments and take advantage. I'm not saying cut corners. I'm not saying run from process. That's not what I'm saying. Follow your process, but discern your moments. Most of the advice in Africa is born out of witchcraft and insecurity. I came to discover by experience. People who traveled, did traveling ministry as if they couldn't breathe when they were far younger than me, come to tell me that I'm ambitious. And I'm 10 years older than they were when they were traveling as I'm traveling. I say, Kai, thank you, but I won't take this advice. If I don't need to go, the Holy Ghost will tell me. Me too, I have the Holy Ghost. And there are many meetings I didn't receive signal. I stopped. I didn't go. I'm not traveling to gain anything, but we need to impact our generation. We will not be here for eternity. My name is not Ancient of Days. I am Michael Orokpo. Ancient of Days is in heaven. My destiny is calibrated into time. At the age of 12, Jesus was already impacting people in the temple. At 30, he blew the world upside down. And then somebody is telling you that, calm down. What have you even done? They have not achieved anything. They say you are ambitious. Check your counterpart in the world. We are trying to talk to people in an auditorium. People who are 10 years younger than us in the world are filling stadiums in different nations and moving them to hell. And you gather people and move them to heaven, and they are telling you stories. You must learn how to sharpen your gift. Give it visibility by the inspiration of the Holy Ghost and the allowance of the Holy Ghost until you begin to make impact. Don't become complacent and redundant. That's the problem with many Africans. They think process is mediocrity. They think process is procrastination. And they are 40. They are still waiting on God. Meanwhile, Jesus finished his ministry at 33 years. That's why we can't change our world. They wake up at 60. That's when they want to do what they want to do. And their life is finished. You want to change your world? Times and seasons are important. Know what to do with your gift while you have time. Follow process, but discern your moments. Let me give you two more as I shut down. Structure and order. No gift prospers without structure and order. Go and check the ministry of Jesus Christ. Every time people came to see Jesus, they went through Philip and Nathanael. Philip telleth Nathanael, you don't bump into him. Every time people needed to see Jesus, there was a protocol. Every time Jesus went to pray, there was Peter, James, and John. When Jesus is not around, there is a Peter who is addressing the people. There was order. There was structure. There was administration. When the food was finished, in John chapter 6, it was Philip that went to get bread from the young boy. In John chapter 12, when the Greek came, it was Philip that told Nathanael. So there's a protocol. Nothing was done without structure. Money was kept with Judas. Many people want to affect their world and everything is spontaneous, including every weekly service, including everyday business routine. How can you change your world like that? See, the people of the world, the Bible said they are in their generation wiser. You go to a primary school. Primary school has a very systematic operation, from curriculum to operations. You have games master, disciplinary master in primary school. But you come to a kingdom movement and there is no structure. We say we are following the leading of the Holy Ghost. Is that how they did it in the Acts of the Apostles? Let me show you how the apostles operated. Number one, in the Acts of the Apostles, they had a financial structure. Acts chapter 4, verse 34 to 36. The Bible said every resource they brought it to the apostles' feet. And then even distribution was made. There was none amongst them that lacked. That's financial administration. When they needed to share food, Acts chapter 6, from verse 1 to 3, in verse 3 in particular, the apostle said, select from among you men of honest report, who we shall put in charge of these things. It wasn't everybody that was, okay, give this person, give that person. There was order. And in that multitude, they choose 7 men. That means if you are not part of those men, sit down. As touching food, don't make any contribution. They delegated it. And they said concerning themselves in verse 4, we will give ourselves to prayer and the ministry of the word. That's how to take your word. If there's no structure, you go nowhere. So there has to be training structure, financial structure, administrative structure, operational structure. We started our ministry immediately. God said, open 7 directorates who will handle the major aspects of the ministry. So we had Directorate of Finance, Directorate of Legal Services, Directorate of Operations, Directorate of Administration, Directorate of Missions and Evangelism, Directorate of Innovations. So that things will be done in order. He said, let everything be done in order. You cannot gather the harvest without structure. Somebody must be accountable for something. So if you want to affect your word, spontaneous operation won't take you far. At the beginning, it can be allowed. But as you grow, you must bring administration to the operations of the Spirit. That is the sign that you are able to handle much. Because God does not want the harvest to waste. And if there is no structure, the harvest must waste. So even God himself will not let you do much except as you have structure. Very simple nuggets. But these are the keys to great impact. Find out those who are making great impact around the world. These things are not lacking in their lives. And finally, passion, focus, and resilience. Anything that kills your passion has destroyed you. The fuel for continuous impact is sustained passion. And the way you sustain your passion is by maintaining your focus. Because absence of focus diffuses passion. The Lord taught me many years ago. We go for revival meeting. People catch fire. As they are coming back, somebody speaks about a seasonal movie. And they say they want to watch season 1. And they watch season 1 till 12. And the fire dies after 6 weeks of watching season 12. What keeps your passion is your focus. That's why focus is important. Jesus said, if your eye be single, your whole body will be filled with light. So your intensity will be maintained so long as your focus is kept. And so what the devil is doing is to diverge our focus so that our passion can be destroyed. And if our passion is destroyed, our ability to push the vision is truncated. Focus. And then resilience. When you are focused, you convert your energy. So anything that hits you down, you can stand again. I'm telling you, most people who are falling, they enjoy the mercies of God most. But there was divergence. Their eyes are not single. A story was told in the book of 1 Kings 20 verse 40. He said, my Lord gave me a servant to keep. He said, but as I was busy here and there, I lost him. When you are everywhere, you will lose what God has committed to your hands. But when you keep your focus, even if you fall, you will rise up again. Because there will always be residual energy for you to bounce back. It's not about how much God is giving you. It's about how well you can bring administration to what God is giving you. And many lack administration. Because they don't have focus, they lose their passion. And because they don't have focus, they lack resilience. Anything can throw them down. If you will change your word, listen to me, sir. If you fall 7 times, rise up 7 times. Because on this journey, you will fall many times. So the record is not that you didn't fall. The record is that every time you fail, you bounce back. And you bounce back stronger, better, wiser, and more skillful to do what you are doing. Bounce back. That's how you change your world. Those who are changing their world, it's not like they never fell. They fell many times. But they rose up again. But the key to rising up is knowing how to manage what God has given to you. And the way to manage it is to build a culture of focus. So that while you are standing, your passion is intense. And in case you fall, there will be residual energy for you to bounce back. The Bible said concerning Jesus in John 2:17, it said, the zeal of my Father's house have consumed me. Jesus was speaking. He said, I must do the work of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no one walketh. That means he galvanized all his energy during the day and deployed it. You can't say you want to change your world and you are all over the place. You are not going far. Have you not seen planes that make the longest journeys? They always walk with a compass. They are on a course till they arrive. No plane deviates from its course. In order to make the journey, to arrive in record time, there is a compass. If you are flying, sometimes you click on your screen, the 3D screen, you will see the route from the beginning of the journey to the end. And if you have time to watch it, the plane will maintain it until it arrives destination. That is how they keep to time, and that's how they arrive. I saw a competition that was organized for a tortoise and a rat. A very simple race. The rat took off in a few seconds, arrived almost at the end, and turned back, and turned left, and turned right. The tortoise was taking one step at a time. It never shook. Do you know the tortoise finished the race? Till today, the rat is still in the track. And then people are talking, oh God, where are you? Are these things working? They are working. You don't know the laws. There are rules that regulate impact. There are rules. So don't envy anybody. You have the capacity to change your world. The problem is that you are not following the rudiments. It has nothing to do with your age. It has nothing to do with your sex. It has nothing to do with where you came from. It has everything to do with your disalignment from the laws that govern impact. If you follow those laws, you too can make impact. Where I come from in Benue, more than 70% of the people are civil servants. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm saying that most of them don't think beyond their job description. In fact, it is rare to see anybody rise up and say, I want to change my world, whether in business or in ministry or whatever. Either you are a police officer or you are a banker or you are a lecturer, which are very noble professions, except that it zeroes your 35 years into your job description. And when you are tired, they retire you. And I told myself, can we make it from here? God said you can. If you follow the laws. If you follow the rules. In my family, I'm the first that spoke in tongues. They told me, oh, before you become a global minister, you must be at least 5 generations. I didn't have them. So I said, well, my life began from the resurrection of Christ. So my first generation is Jesus. My second generation is the Holy Ghost. My third generation is God the Father. Because that was all I had. You are not disadvantaged. Regardless of your age. Go and read the Bible. People at 17 were national figures. David is one of them. You can become a global phenomenon at 17. The Bible said, even in the family of David, he was neglected. When Samuel came to anoint the sons of Jesse, they forgot David. So you can be neglected even in your family, yet you become a global figure. It has to do with principles, protocols, and rudiments. Listen, in this conference, you have been exposed to rich teachings, rich atmospheres, rich impartations. Don't waste it. As you leave this conference this time, make up your mind. I will not return back next year except as I have found my sound, as I have found my vision, as I have found my message, and I will give my all to it. At least let Akwa Ibom know that I'm around. At least let it be known in Uyo that a new entrepreneur has risen. At least let it be known in Uyo that a new preacher has risen. At least let it be known in Uyo that a new academician has risen. At least let it be known in Uyo that a new media giant has risen. And you will see the way your life will become a blessing to your generation. Anybody can make impact, sir. I discovered it.